Hi everybody, Jessie here from jessiebanks.com, and today I have another speed coloring video for you all. This time I'm using one of the new releases from September for CC Designs, and this is Clove with Coffee, I do believe. I can't remember the name offhand. I will definitely have the link down below in the description box for you. So I'm coloring him up with my Faber-Castell Polychromos pencils. I love these colored pencils, they're fantastic. They're definitely not inexpensive, but they are an oil-based pencil as opposed to a wax-based pencil, so they are a little bit more transparent. As I was recording this and putting this all together for you guys, I did trim out some of the layers of color. I go in and I put like 4 and 5 different layers in order to build it up to the depth that I want, and I didn't want it to be that repetitive. So I gave you guys like 2 to 3 times watching exactly what I was doing, and that was all I put in. I trimmed the rest out. So we go really, really light with our layers and we slowly start blending them together, definitely going over top of the darker color with the lighter color like I do when I use my Copic markers for skin blending. When I do my skin tones, I use Nougat, and I think it's pronounced Bistre, and I'm not 100% positive, and I could completely be butchering the name of that pencil, but that's what we're going to call it. I also use Cinnamon, Light Flesh, and Ivory. I do use medium flesh, but I just use it to pink up their cheeks, as I find the color slightly too rosy and pink for a skin tone, and I don't care for it. You may love it. Definitely when you're playing with colored pencils, Copics, any sort of coloring medium, play with what you like and find a combination that makes you perfectly happy. It may be the exact one I use, it may be slightly different. Mine might change in 2 weeks again. Up until now, I hadn't been happy with any of the combinations I'd put together with my Faber-Castell pencils, so I would color most of my image with my Faber-Castell pencils, or mix them with my Prismacolors and back and forth and do whatever, which I'm still going to do, most definitely. But I would always do my skin with my Prismacolor pencils, and that's just because I have a skin tone that I love in those colored pencils, and I didn't love one in this set yet. So now that I found this, I can kind of jump back and forth and feel a little more confident in my skin coloring with these colored pencils. And that's the fun of it, is developing what you like and working towards your goal and getting things to look the way you want them to look. So now I'm just adding in that medium flesh to pink up his cheeks, and it's just a little bit of it. And then I go back in with the cinnamon color. But you definitely want to play and practice, and it doesn't happen overnight, and I'm still learning, and everybody's still learning, and you should always still be learning and playing and having fun, because this is a hobby and it's supposed to be fun. So we're just carrying it out and working towards our depth of field. I'm sorry it's a little shaky. I'm not sure why the video is slightly shaky. And I'm hoping this voiceover works, because I've recorded this voiceover 6 times. 6 times I have talked through this, and my voice is starting to feel weak, and you can probably hear that. And I'm starting to feel very, very, like it's very monotonous, so I don't have like peak and personality and everything that I usually have or try to have when I record voiceovers, because honestly, I'm sick of talking about coloring this image. I love it. I think it turned out fantastic. Lots of you that have done the blog hop with CC Designs have seen it, because the card has been up on my blog already. Again, would have had the video ready, had the voiceover worked, then I had to go to work. Then I came home and recorded it twice, and it did not record the voiceover both times. I'm not sure why the record narration button in my Windows Live Movie Maker will not pick up my Samsung mic that I have used for almost a year now. I bought this last summer, last fall, something like that. Because I wanted a better quality mic, so I didn't have to yell at my laptop in order for that mic to pick up the voiceover anymore. So I bought myself a really nice mic. But anyway, carrying on. Now I'm going in and I'm just putting in the first layer of blue into our pants here. And I do use a white Prismacolor pencil, and I prefer it to the Polychromos, again, because Polychromos pencils are so transparent. The white just doesn't have the body that I need it to have. So I'm starting with the dark indigo, and then I come in with the phthalo blue, and then it's like heliobore reddish bluish or something like that. I have no idea, and I don't have my color pencils beside me to double check. But there's the Prussian blue. And in the first coat I did use cobalt, which is nice and bright. I don't use that after that point. I just get that blue color in there and I layer over top of it. and I didn't want the blue jeans to be too bright. See, that's that Helio something or other. You have to pause it if you guys want to get the name. This video is sped up to 5 times its original speed. So after I finished trimming everything out, I had cut it down to an hour, and then I had to times it by 5 in order to get it to fit within roughly 15 minutes, because I find after 7 minutes people quit watching. So, well, not everybody, just under half of the people quit watching at around that 7-minute mark. So I try to keep them as short as possible, but if I speed them up any more than this, you guys can't see anything, and it's all just too fast. So I don't know if you guys want to see them faster, if you like them this speed, if people just don't care for my coloring, or don't care for my horrific personality. Either way, I'm good with whatever, and I like doing this, so I'm going to continue on and push through, and hopefully people still enjoy it. Going into his hat, we used espresso, and now I'm using sepia. And I really like this dark brown, warm, fuzzy fall coat look and hat that I got with this combination. And then this is burnt umber, I do believe. And we just keep going around and around, blending everything out, layering everything up. The first coat, you really can't tell much. It's just starting to get the color there. I do believe I give you guys 3 coats on this hat and jacket just because I liked the color so much and I thought it looked so pretty being layered over top of each other. I'm going to lose my voice by tomorrow. Oh my, that's not good. It's the weekend. It's Thursday night at like 9 o'clock, and I'm hoping this recording works. So if it does, you'll see this video tomorrow. So fingers crossed for me. So we slowly just keep blending it out, working our way to our lightest color, and then we'll start all over again with our darkest color. I will put the link to the CC Designs September release down below. Also my blog, my Etsy, all my social media stuffs that you guys may be interested in. I would definitely love if you enjoy what you see and you like coloring. I also do Copics and watercolor and Inktense pencils and yeah, anything that has color in it. I picked up a set of pastel pencils, the Faber-Castell Pit Pastel pencil, and I've been using them a fair bit. And I'm almost to the point where I have the first image that I like, so I can record one of those for you guys soon, hopefully. And just lots of coloring and fun. And now that winter's here, it'll be a little more regular, and there'll be a little more videos because summer's over and we're not living at the beach and at the camper and in the sun and at the racetrack. And you know how it is when you have a kid and it's warm for the 3 months we get warm weather of the year where I live. So now you can really see how everything's starting to deepen up. I do go in and add some black to this as well. I'm just blending it out. Don't be afraid of those dark colors. Those dark colors give you the contrast that you need. You can color an image any color you want. I could color an entire image purple from top to bottom or blue or whatever. And as long as my contrast, my lights and my darks, my shadows and my highlights are all put in there roughly where they should be and put in there consistently, and those darks are dark, it'll always look good. But that's the biggest thing, is to get that contrast in there. Even when you see people that do those real soft pastel-y, usually done with like distress markers or distress inks and that, they still have contrast. Their darkest point on those images is a lot darker than the lightest point that they leave. It's not just one solid wash of color. They still have that gradation and that color saturation difference that you need in order to get the depth into your images. We're going to color up the little cup gray, and the steam coming off of his coffee will be gray as well. Then we come through and add a real deep maroon red-ish heart, and we put some of that on his scarf as well. Blending out the steam, and then we'll get into the red. Unless I do his hair first. I can't remember, to be perfectly honest. I kept his seam very loose. I didn't put a lot of layers on it to solid it up just because of what it is. So, and now we're going to do our red. And so I'll just slow when I take it section by section. Lots of the time I'll take it color by color, but you'll see I come back in with the blue here for the hat. Or I mean for the rest of the stripes on the scarf. Oh my goodness, I could not think of what it was. But I usually like section it out and I'll color all of this color and then all of that color and then all of this, just so I don't have to put the pencils away and pull the pencils back out and put them away and pull them back out, or not put them away and have 5 million pencils all over the place by the time when I finish, that I have to put them all away, because I keep my colored pencils in the same order that they are on my swatch sheet so that they're easy for me to find. I can look at that swatch sheet, and where it is on that swatch sheet in the list of orders, it's exactly where it will be in where the colored pencils are. So finishing off that red, and then all that's left to do is his hair, which ends up being brown as well. Oh, and the blue on the scarf. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. I would love it if you would subscribe. We are pushing close to 800 subscribers. Fingers crossed. My 30th birthday is in November. Oh my goodness, I'm going to be 30. It would be lovely if I could hit 1,000 subscribers by the 1st of November, which gives me exactly 2 months from the time I'm recording this. So I'm not going to hold my breath on that, but it would be fantastic. I am planning a giveaway for my birthday, so you'll definitely want to stick around for that. And I will talk to you all later. I hope you have a terrific day. Bye for now.